This essay example, as well as thousands of others, is available in text format on our website for free and without registration. Simply Google Ivy Panda Free Essays.
Introduction. Ecology is a branch of biology that deals with studying living things and how they relate among themselves and to the environment. An ecosystem is a natural unit that consists of biotic and abiotic factors. Biotic factors refer to biological aspects of the environment, while abiotic factors refer to the physical environmental factors. This paper seeks to discuss the tropical rainforest. The content of the paper will include biodiversity, food chain, and endangered species in the tropical rainforest and the various levels of the food chain. The content will also include the threats facing the tropical rainforest, the impacts of the threats to the ecosystem, and the possible solutions to the threats and the impacts of these solutions. The tropical rainforest. The tropical rainforest is among the types of ecosystems exhibited in ecology. Other types of ecosystems include aquatic, arid, deciduous forests, grasslands, and tundra ecosystems. The tropical rainforest is a hot and moist ecosystem that is found along the equator. This ecosystem is found in parts of Africa, South America, and Asia. Rainfall in this ecosystem is continuous throughout the year and ranges from 60 to 160 inches of rain gauge measurements. The environment, which consists of hot and moist conditions, is supportive of a large number of plants and animals. The conditions form an optimum environment for bacteria and habitation. The soil of the ecosystem is, however, not very fertile because the rainwater drains nutrients away. According to Waring and Running, tropical rainforest is inhabited by a variety of plants and animals. It has been estimated that the ecosystem is inhabited by a record of more than 470 species of plants per hectare around the equator. There is also a variety of invertebrate species as well as microorganisms. Also present in the tropical rainforest are the herbivores, which are mainly known to feed on plant leaves and grass. The ecosystem is also inhabited by a number of insects and birds, some of which can fly while others just climb trees. Other birds, like the parrots, can climb as well as fly. The food chain is a map representing what given ecosystem species feed on. It is a representation of energy flow among the biotic factors in the system. Therefore, every element in the ecosystem is significant as the energy flow passes through it. This implies that given species of plants and animals derive food from other species. The energy flow could mean the death of members of a given species or just a mere consumption of a part of a member of the given species. The energy flow, however, aids the survival of some species in the ecosystem. At the top of the food chain are the primary producers. This level consists of green plants which utilize sunlight to synthesize their food. Below green plants are the class of primary consumers, which consists of herbivores. The herbivores feed on the plant's leaves. After the primary consumers, there is the level known as secondary consumers. This level consists of carnivores that feed on the herbivores. The secondary consumers are food providers to the tertiary consumers. The last level of the food chain is the class of decomposers, which degenerate decaying matter to a form that can be absorbed by plants as nutrients. This completes the chain cycle, which then begins again with the plants. The endangered species. A species is said to be endangered if its existence is threatened by either human actions or by a natural cause. The study of the food chain reveals that members of the ecosystem feed on one another in a given direction. This has the effect of relatively reducing the number of the species. Feldhamer claimed that almost 45% of the global tropical rainforest has been destroyed over time. This includes alarming destructions of up to 85% in Ivory Coast. Forest destruction occurs due to a number of reasons. The major reason for the deforestation in tropical rainforests in Africa and parts of America is the expansion of agricultural land. The process often includes clearing and burning of the vegetation, which, as a result, kills the soil microorganisms whose role of decomposing matter provides nutrients for plants. There are, however, many other species that are endangered as their habitat is either destroyed or disturbed. The extent to which the species are endangered will vary from one rainforest to another as well as from one point to another within a rainforest, depending on the factors that affect the lives of the different species in the tropical ecosystems. The forest itself, being the sole primary producer of the ecosystem and its susceptibility to destruction by humans, makes it critically endangered. Human activities, together with global climate change, have resulted in a drastic reduction of forest cover and even the extinction of some plant species. It has been argued that only 14% of the original tropical forest is currently in existence. It can, therefore, be concluded that the forest is in itself the most endangered as it is faced with both natural and adverse human destruction. Factors threatening the tropical ecosystem, their impacts, and possible solutions. Threats facing tropical rainforests include the clearance of the forests by humans to create agricultural land and to use trees as industrial raw materials. Another threat is the change in climate. Deforestation has a great impact on the ecosystem as it destroys part of the organisms in the system, thus causing chain gaps in the food webs. Lindsay explained that deforestation can be a source of conflict between the people living in or depending on the forest and the ones causing deforestation. In attempting to solve such conflicts, government agencies have established policies to create a balance among all the dependents of the forests. The environmental impacts of deforestation are the effects on biodiversity and climate change. Again, policies are put in place to preserve the habitats and the environment in general. An example is reduced agricultural productivity due to low rainfall and degraded soil. A possible solution would be to restore the forests. Conclusion. The tropical rainforest is the richest ecosystem in terms of number of species. There is interdependence among the species, with some feeding on others. This, together with human activities, has endangered some species. The greatest threat is seen to be on plants. Plants, being the primary producers in the ecosystem, are likely to bring down the whole ecosystem if they are tampered with. More action is still needed to preserve the tropical rainforest and other ecosystems. Did you like this Ecology of Tropical Rainforests sample? To get more works like this one, make sure to check out the free database of academic paper examples at ivypanda.com. You will find thousands of samples for all your study needs, without even having to register.